Hello, survivors, and welcome to S2V Consulting. My name is Sim, and I'm a consultant on YouTube and an author of 3 transformative books. Today, I will share some information about the 3 books I've written. So, what happens when survival in toxic spaces becomes your daily reality? I am a survivor. I have a channel on YouTube which is called Survivor to Victor. I've written 3 different books on surviving from toxic situations, whether it be narcissistic relationships, hostile work environments, or toxic family dynamics. I am semi retired from government service of almost 20 years, been divorced twice, and have had countless challenges with toxic people, toxic environments, and toxic behaviors. This is why I chose writing poetry and books as a means of therapy and to help others overcome these things. My mission is to help others recognize, heal, and rise above toxicity. This is why my mission is so personal to me. As a government employee, I have worked in several hostile work environments. Also, in my personal life, I've dealt with toxic relationships, which led me to write about my experiences, and in many ways, writing became therapeutic, and sharing my testimony through my art as a writer has empowered me to overcome the difficulties of my experiences. My first book, which is written over 3 years ago, is entitled Ode to My Narkenstein: Healing Poetry for the Narcissistically Abused. In this book, I talk about how poetry gave me the language to express the pain I endured from narcissistic abuse. The word Narkenstein is one that I made up. If you are my age or older, you might remember the horror movie with the monster Frankenstein. Well, I use Narkenstein as a metaphor for someone I deem a narcissistic monster, or a person who is a monster of manipulation. In this book, I use poetry to describe my and others' experiences with narcissistic manipulation and abuse. I also offer educational information on how to recognize narcissistic abuse and interact with narcissists. I also have a free Facebook support page called Narcissist Revealed, which you can join if you're interested. You'll just have to send me a request. In short, this book is a poetic exploration of narcissistic abuse, and it offers tips, validation, and healing to those who have been emotionally abused. In my second book, entitled No Contact Theory: Breaking the Legacy of Generational Trauma, I explain why no contact is sometimes the only path you can take to heal yourself. In this book, I share strategies and help readers reclaim their peace. No Contact is a guide to reclaiming peace through setting boundaries, and it explains the necessity of cutting ties with toxic people if they're unwilling to respect your boundaries. This book gives you practical strategies to detach and recover from toxic family dynamics. My most recent book, which came out earlier this year, is Silent Cubicles: A Tale of Workplace Violence. This is my first nonfiction manuscript. In this book, I created a story about a middle-aged Afro-American woman who has had to endure workplace abuse and discrimination. In this book, I discuss the culture of micro and macro aggressions in corporate and government workplaces, and I advocate for how these environments affect mental health. This book advocates for both personal resilience and systemic change, and exposes the psychological toll and bureaucratic tactics used in hostile work environments. So why do these books matter? Together, these works tell stories of resilience, setting boundaries, and it provides tools to the reader to transform their life. For individuals, my books offer hope and healing. For workplaces, my books spark dialogue on leadership and culture. And for different communities, my books assure people that they are not alone. Thank you for listening. I would appreciate if you would follow and connect with me online. I have listed my email address and social media sites to connect with me for consultation services and speaking opportunities. Bye-bye.